The first time I met my brother's girlfriend, I knew she was not his type. Not at all. He liked tall, thick, and well-endowed girls who dressed well. This girl was small, simple, short, and skinny. She came to the house to see my brother, and she had a period stain on her skirts. She didn't know, and when I told her, she was very embarrassed. I mean, really embarrassed. She almost cried. She kept saying sorry and sorry over and over again. I felt bad for her right away. We are all women. These things happen. I told her not to worry and gave her one of my skirts to change into. That was the first time we talked. Let's call her Emilia and my brother Theo. At the time, she and Theo were only friends, but I could see she liked him. Now, Emilia is a simple and kind person. I knew it the moment I met her. She's a little shy, but very hardworking. She runs a small restaurant, and she lived in our area with her cousin, let's call her Olivia, who stayed with her. According to what my brother told me, they became close because she always greeted him when she saw him. Soon, he started giving her a ride to a small restaurant on his way to the hospital. My brother is a doctor, by the way. I knew Emilia was not really Theo's usual type, but somehow he liked her, and I liked her too. She was sweet and innocent, and I thought a girl like her would make my brother happy. I watched them leave the house that day and smiled. 1 month later, they started dating. I was happy. My brother had chosen a kind girl. And then I met Olivia, a cousin. And the first day I saw Olivia, something in me just said, this girl is trouble. But I had no idea how much trouble this girl was going to cause. I got very close to Emilia. It just happened. I liked her from the start. She had a good heart. She was kind and sweet to everyone, especially to Theo. One day, I even pulled my brother aside and told him, this one is the one, don't mess it up. He only smiled, but I could see he agreed. Their love was growing stronger, and it was clear he was falling for her deeply. I was his biggest cheerleader. About 4 months after they started dating, there was a big family wedding. Theo wanted to use that day to officially show Emilia to our parents. He liked her that much. I went with him to her house to pick her up. That was the day I truly met Olivia. She was everything Emilia was not. She had a long frontal wig installed, long sharp nails, her eyes always on her phone. She smiled when she greeted us, but the smile did not reach her eyes. Later, Emilia told me Olivia had been living with her for over a year. They grew up together and were best friends. Now, while Emilia was getting ready, I watched Olivia and I saw it. Her eyes were not on Emilia or on me. They were on Theo. She looked him up and down. Her eyes stayed on his expensive watch, then moved to the car keys in his hand. It was a hungry look, the look a predator gives its prey. My heart rejected her immediately. I told myself, Tofiakwa. I knew she was up to no good. It was clear she wanted my brother. At first, I told myself maybe I was being overprotective. Maybe I was thinking too much. But then Emilia stepped out of the room for a moment and Olivia started talking. Oh, Theo, she said in a sweet voice, Emilia is so lucky to have you. She really needs a stable man, you know. Her life has been so complicated. She laughed a little, like it was a joke, but her words were sharp. Then she left her chair and went to sit on the couch, too close to Theo. He quickly moved a bit away, looking uncomfortable. I just sat there, watching, my blood boiling. I knew girls like her. They see a man with money and a good job, and that is all they want. But going after your own cousin's man, that is a new level of low. Hell no. I didn't want a woman like her anywhere near my brother. Right there and then, I made up my mind. She was a snake, and I was not going to let her win. But I had no idea how far this girl would go to get what she wanted. Welcome back, babe, and I hope you are having an amazing day. If you are new here, I'm Vera, but you can call me V. And I share real life stories that will shock you, break your heart, inspire you, and sometimes make you laugh. So if this is something you love, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Today's shout out goes to Agaza Patience 2119, now 1991, and Sam G2Q. They were the first people to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babes. And you know I love you. And now without any further delay, let's continue the story. After the wedding, I started visiting Emilia more often. On the surface, it was to spend time with her and grow our friendship. I really liked her, and we were almost the same age. But deep down, I was watching Olivia. My spirit still didn't trust her. And I was right. The way she moved was suspicious. It was like she had a special radar for Theo. Anytime he came around, Olivia would change. She would laugh too loud and for too long at his jokes. Even when the jokes were not funny, she would flip her frontal hair and touch his arm while talking to him. I also noticed the way she started dressing when she saw Theo was coming. Suddenly, her clothes became tighter. Her top started showing more. It was so clear what she was doing. It was almost sad. But Emilia didn't see any of this. The smartest thing Olivia did was how she tried to win me over. She started buying me small gifts, a cheap bracelet, some snacks I liked. She called me frequently to check on me. She was texting me good morning every single morning. It was clear she was trying to get close to me, trying to win me over. And whenever Emilia was not around, she would start small gossip. Sis, she would say, lowering her voice, you know, Emilia is sweet, but her past, she has gone through a lot. I just hope Tio is an understanding man. She would drop small hints like this, trying to make me doubt Emilia, all while pretending to care about her. She wanted me to believe Emilia was not good enough for my brother. But I wasn't fooled. Anytime she started, I just gave a small tight smile and kept quiet. I didn't agree. I didn't argue. I just let her talk. I wanted to see how far she would go. I knew she was playing a game, but while I sat there listening to her poisonous whispers, something hit me. Olivia's plan was darker than I first thought. This wasn't just small flirting. She was trying to destroy Emilia's name completely. So I changed my plan. Arguing with her would only make her careful. If I accused her of being a snake, she would just deny it or act it. So I decided to stay quiet and watch. I needed to catch her red-handed. My plan to watch and wait was the right one because Olivia didn't waste time at all. She started planting her seeds quickly, and she was smart about it. She never said anything bad about Emilia directly to Theo. That would have been too obvious. Instead, she poisoned the air around him little by little. I saw it one evening when we were all at Emilia's house. Theo was talking about how busy and tired he was from working at the hospital. Olivia saw a chance. She sighed, acting like she cared. It is so good that you work so hard, Theo. Emilia is lucky, she said. Then, when Emilia left the room, she added a fake thoughtful voice. Just the other day, Emilia told me how tired she is of this catering hustle. She says she has always dreamed of a man who would just take care of her. You know, a soft life. She said it with a sweet smile, like it was nothing, but I saw the look she gave Theo from the corner of her eye. She was testing him. A few days later, Theo came to my room. He looked worried. Sis, can I ask you something? He said. Do you think Emilia is really with me because she loves me? Or does she just want, a comfortable life? My heart sank. Theo was beginning to doubt the woman he loved. I could see Olivia's hand in this clearly. She knew my brother's weak spots. Theo is a good man, a provider. His biggest fear is being used for his money. Olivia had taken Emilia's normal tiredness and turned it into a gold digger's dream. I was so angry, but I kept calm. If I defended Emilia too strongly, Theo might think I was blind. If I agreed with him, I would be helping Olivia. So I just looked at my brother and said, Theo, you know Emilia, you know her heart. Don't let other people's whispers enter your head. He nodded slowly, but I could tell he wasn't fully convinced. The seed of doubt was already there. Olivia was winning, and I knew I couldn't just sit and wait anymore. I had to find a way to show Theo the truth before it was too late. Olivia's game became quieter and more dangerous. She wasn't only working on Theo anymore. She was now poisoning everyone around. I started hearing small nasty rumors about Emilia from people in the area. A neighbor said Emilia was too friendly with her male customers. Someone else asked if it was true Emilia had a bad temper and owed people money. All lies. But the stories were designed to make her look bad, like she wasn't good enough for a respected doctor like Theo. The worst part was how Olivia acted in front of Emilia. She pretended to be the loving, protective best friend. If Emilia complained about hearing gossip, Olivia would hug her and say, "Don't mind those jealous people. I will always defend you." But behind Emilia's back, Olivia was the one spreading the rumors. She would go to people and say, "Oh, don't judge Emilia too harshly. That is just how she is," pretending to defend her while actually confirming the gossip. I started paying close attention to Olivia's words. I noticed how her stories kept changing. One day, she told me Emilia was too shy and needed more confidence. The next day, she hinted to Theo that Emilia was secretly flirting with other men. Her stories didn't match. She was very good at acting innocent. She would say something bad, then pretend it wasn't what she meant. "Oh, I didn't mean it like that," she would say if I questioned her. She was painting Emilia black, but with fake consent, so no one would suspect. It was a quiet, dirty war, and Emilia didn't even know she was in the fight. She trusted Olivia fully, leaning on the very person who was trying to ruin her life. Watching it made me sick. The poison started to work fully. I could see it in Theo. He began to pull away from Emilia. He started cancelling their dates at the last minute, saying he was too tired from work. Emilia felt the change. She was confused and hurt. One evening, she called me, her voice shaky. "Sis," she said, "I don't know what is happening. Theo is so distant. Did I do something wrong?" My heart broke for her. She was so genuine and blind to the manipulation happening right beside her. I wanted to tell her everything, but I knew I had to be careful. I told her Theo was at home and that she should come over to talk to him properly. I tried to warn her without saying too much. "Have faith in what you two have," I said. "And Emilia, be careful. Not everyone you trust has your best interest at heart." But she was too naive. She didn't understand what I meant. Later that evening, Emilia came to our house to talk to Theo. And who did she bring for moral support? Olivia. It was painful to watch. Olivia played a role perfectly. She held Emilia's hand and spoke in the sweetest voice. "Theo, please talk to her," she said. "She has been so sad. I just want my cousin to be happy." She acted like the most caring, protective sister in the whole world. And Emilia, my poor sweet Emilia, looked at Olivia with so much gratitude. She leaned on her, believing Olivia was helping. She drew strength from the very person who was destroying the relationship. She truly thought Olivia was there to support her. My heart broke into 1,000 pieces. It was like watching a snake wrap itself around its prey while the prey thanked it for keeping them warm. Then things went from bad to worse. The quiet rumors were no longer enough for Olivia. She decided to get bold. One evening, Theo came home from work looking uncomfortable. He pulled me aside. "Sis, something strange happened today," he said. "Olivia showed up at the hospital." My eyes went wide. "What? Why?" "That is the thing," Theo continued. "She was dressed to kill. High heels, a tight dress, full makeup. She didn't look like she was there because she was sick. She found me in the hallway. It was inappropriate. I told her I was busy with patients and she had to leave." Finally, Theo was starting to see how strange she was acting. He looked creeped out. He did the right thing. He later told Emilia about it, but when he mentioned it, Emilia only laughed. "Oh, don't worry about Olivia," Emilia said, smiling and calm. "She told me this morning she was going to the hospital to visit a friend who had a baby. She said she might pass by to say a quick hello to you since she was there. That's all." My blood ran cold. Olivia was clever, too clever. She had covered her tracks by lying to Emilia first. Emilia was so naive, so trusting. She couldn't see that her best friend was trying to steal her boyfriend. But this time, things were different. Theo had felt the weirdness himself. He wasn't just hearing gossip anymore. He had seen Olivia's boldness with his own eyes. That was the moment I knew. Olivia had crossed the line. She was desperate now and reckless. The quiet games were over. She was making a move. Enough was enough. Watching and waiting was no longer an option. I needed proof. real undeniable proof to rip off the mask and show everyone who Olivia truly was. It was time to set a trap. I knew I had to catch Olivia when her guard was down, so I decided to make her think she had won me over. I invited her for a girls' night out, just the two of us. I told her I wanted to know my future sister-in-law's best friend better. She jumped at the chance. We went to a quiet spot. After some small talk and a drink, I slowly turned the conversation toward Tio and Emilia. I pretended to be a little worried. Tio has seemed a bit distant lately. I said with a sigh, I just want him to be happy. That was all Olivia needed. The poison started to flow. Oh, sister, I know, she said, leaning in like we were sharing a big secret. I worry about them too. Emilia, she's a sweet girl, but she has so much baggage. Then she started to paint Emilia black. She began telling me secrets, deep personal painful things Emilia had trusted her with over the years, embarrassing stories from their childhood, private fears Emilia had shared. The things this girl told me, Hey, my stomach turned. This was her best friend's most private life, and she was spilling it like gossip. After each terrible thing she said, she will quickly add, but please don't tell Theo. Oh, I'm just telling you because you are family. I like you, and I know we rhyme. I am only defending her by explaining why she acts the way she does. She pretended she was protecting Emilia, but she was actually stabbing her in the back. Then she went too far. She lowered her voice to a whisper. You know, Emilia was once assaulted. It was a long time ago by two men. She got pregnant from it and had to have an abortion. What? It was so sad. And I heard if you have an abortion, you might never have a child again. I hope she can still have one though. She said this horrible, painful thing about her own cousin, but she didn't look sad. She looked almost pleased, like she was happy to have such powerful information to use. She was taking Emilia's deepest wound and turning it into a weapon. Seeing the shock on my face, she changed direction. She started talking about you. He is such a good man. He deserves a woman who is uncomplicated, a woman who understands his world. She batted her eyelashes and smiled. Don't you think we will look good together? You should help me win your brother over. Then she laughed loudly and slapped my arm. I'm just joking. Don't look so serious. But she wasn't joking. I could see it in her eyes. She really believed she could take you, and she thought I was on her side. What she didn't know was that my phone was in my pocket, and the whole time she was spilling her poison, my phone was recording every single word. I had my proof. The day after our girls' night, I went straight to Theo. It was still distant from Emilia, a wall built by all the lies Olivia had planted. Theo, I said, my voice serious. We need to talk. I have something you must hear. I took out my phone and played the recording, but I left out the part of Emilia's assault. I felt that was a story to tell Theo when she was ready. I watched his face as Olivia's voice filled the room. First, he looked confused, then shocked, and finally disgusted. He heard her mocking Emilia, spilling her deeper secrets, and plotting to take him. He heard her fake laugh, her pretend concern, her sweet voice hiding poison. When the recording ended, Theo sat silent for a long time. I am such a fool, he whispered at last, his head in his hands. I started doubting Emilia because of things I heard. And now, I realized Olivia was the one who told me most of those things, directly or indirectly. We are going to Emilia's house now, I said firmly. I wanted to protect Emilia, and this was the only way. We drove there and found Emilia and Olivia at home. Olivia's face lit up with a fake smile when she saw Theo, but her smile fell when she noticed my expression. We need to talk, all of us, Theo said, his voice cold and steady. Then I pressed play. Olivia's own voice filled the room. Her gossip, her lies, her betrayal. The color drained from her face. She looked like she had seen a ghost. Emilia was frozen in shock. When the recording ended, she turned to Olivia, her eyes wide and full of pain. Why? She whispered, her voice breaking. Then the whole truth came out. Through tears, Emilia told us everything. She had been using her own small savings from her catering business to pay for Olivia's schooling. She paid their rent, their food, everything. Olivia didn't want to work. She said she just wanted to study and only helped at the restaurant when she felt like it, which was almost never. Yet, Emilia never complained because Olivia had no one else. They grew up like sisters. Theo looked at Olivia with fury and disgust. "Get out," he said. "Don't ever come close to her again. I would never ever betray Emilia with a snake like you. You are disgusting." "You evil, wicked girl," I added, my anger boiling over. "After all she has done for you." Olivia tried to explain, but I stopped her. Emilia broke down, crying from the deepest part of her soul. Theo immediately held her close, his own face full of shame, forever doubting her. The fallout from that day was quick and final. Theo didn't just apologize to Emilia, he did it with his whole heart. He made it clear to everyone, our family, his friends, people in the area, that Emilia was the woman he loved. He chose her openly and completely. Olivia was thrown out of the house that very day. In fact, I helped Emilia pack her things. She told Olivia she never wanted to see her again. Just like that, Olivia was cut off from the only real support she had ever had. The months that followed were hard. I watched Emilia slowly rebuild her trust, but Theo was patient, and I stayed close, a constant sister and friend, always reminding her of her worth. 4 years have passed since that terrible day. Theo and Emilia are now married, and guess what? They just had twins, a girl and a boy. Seeing my brother with his children, his face full of love and happiness, makes my heart swell with joy. Emilia makes him so happy. She's the calm, kind center of his world. And she and I, we are best friends. She's still a kind person. She still trusts easily. That is just who she is. But now I am there for her. I have her back. One thing I have learned is always observe the people around you. Not everyone who smiles at you wants the best for you. Some people stay close only to hurt you when it matters most. Stay safe out there. Babe, thank you so much for looking out for her. And I'm happy everything worked out in the end. I always say this, trust your guts. Watch actions, not words. Protect your peace. It is okay to cut off toxic people, even if they are family. You know, babe, you really tried for Emilia. Someone would have just believed all the lies, but you didn't. Thank you so much for standing up for her. Let me hear your thoughts down below about this story. What do you think? And now, Abi, you know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to her in the comment section. And if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notifications so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.